Sophie! Oh my god, that's so cute. She's grooming herself. This is my bunny, Sophie! This is my baby bunny, Sophie! I got my baby bunny, you guys! This is my Sophie! She is so precious. I think she's a little cold. Her ears usually flops like this. But it's cold. Thank you. Let's go. Say hi, Sophie. She doesn't like getting picked up. Hello, Kaibigan. Today we are going to talk about my experience of being a first-time bunny owner. And this is my first week of owning my beautiful bunny, Holland Lop Vienna marked Sophie. Hi, baby Sophie. Hi. Welcome home. Welcome home, Sophie. I was really sad about a trip that was canceled, and I've always wanted a dog, but just with my lifestyle of being so busy at work and also just where we live, our landlord did not permit us to have a puppy. And so I thought, as a joke to my husband, I'm like, what about a bunny? And as I dug into it, I started getting a little bit more interested, but I was still not serious about it. And then I saw one in Kaibigan, and this beautiful Holland Lop bunnies were right there. I don't know if I would say that I've always wanted a bunny, because I thought they were a little bit intriguing creature, but if there was a bunny that was really cute, then maybe I would consider it. I've owned guinea pigs in the past, but I learned quickly that bunnies are by far not like guinea pigs at all, and they're actually a lot more similar to cats, and I've lived with 3 cats for almost a year. I wasn't serious about getting a bunny yet. I just had like a deposit just in case I loved her. And me and my husband saw Sophie, and there were 2 bunnies left, and one was brown eyes, and there she was, and I didn't even know the blue eyes were available because I didn't know about Vienna marked, and I thought it just stand for male. So for Sophie, she has her white spot in her mouth, and she also has this cute colored paws. I fell in love with Sophie right away. She just had this like curious, adventurous, just this bubble of peace about her. And I just grabbed her in my hand and I fell in love right away. It was love at first sight. I quickly learned that Sophie is very smart. Good girl. Oh. Hi, Sophie. Hi. Hi, Sophie. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Sophie, you know your name! Sophie. Good girl! And I didn't realize that bunnies actually live like up to 10 to 12 years when I got her. So a lot of things that I did not know. I've had a lot of people wanting to own a bunny right after I got Sophie just because of how cute she is. And she's very cute and adorable, but she is a ton of work. So I want to just list like a lot of the helpful resources that I found on the internet that helped me with Sophie. And one of them is, of course, Learning a Bunny. So Learning a Bunny really helped me so much to understand how to take care of a bunny, and she was so big about free roaming and how to do the litter box and just expectations that I need to expect basically before Sophie comes into our home. Also, my sister-in-law Lisa is a shout out to her. I don't know how I could have done it without Lisa. I let her into the living room. It was a huge living room space, and I couldn't pick her up. She was A, fast, B, she was tiny, and I couldn't get her. So I did the worst thing you could ever do, which is chase the bunny, and she growled at me and she did not like me, and I almost cried that night because I'm like, I'm gonna have this bunny for 10 years and I don't want to have like this horrible relationship with her because I chased her. And so one thing to also learn is like to have grace on yourself in this process because it's your first time. Do a lot of research, but you are gonna make some mistakes, and I did that mistakes. And so Lisa helped me to properly pick her up, but I built trust with her. But the next day I laid on the floor for 2 hours, and then the next couple days the whole day I was on the floor with her. So I just did the whole routine of laying on the ground with her, not touching her in the beginning, daily, blasting some soaking worship. And it's so interesting, people were like, don't have loud music around. That's true, they get freaked out, but with my bunny, she actually loves worship music, and that makes sense because God is the creator of the world, and you know, the very life of God is actually breathed into this creature, and of course the whole creation will yearn to, you know, glorify God. And Sophie is extra peaceful when she has soaking worship, just like in Google Play all around the living room. One person who have also helped me a lot is my friend Lois. Lois has a big, I think it's a Fleming bunny. She has like trained her bunny to litter train so well. So we just exchange like back and forth in a Marco Polo of the things that she's done and the things I'm doing. Like, hey, check this out. What do you think about this? So if you have a friend who's an experienced bunny owner, definitely consider to communicate with them often. And then another thing that have helped me is Facebook group for Holland Lop bunnies. And if I ever have a question, I think I posted 2 questions there, and like 50 people jumped on, and they're like, oh, we're in love with Sophie, and they give us really like helpful advices. One of the things the breeder had said to me, the bunnies are litter trained, but I think half of that was, I don't know if it was false advertisement or it was just like me being a noob. She pees in her litter box, but she still poops everywhere. I found that Sophie really loves one by Carefresh. There's an uncolored one as well, and most people like that better because I have so much of those 100% paper cat litter. So it's still okay for them because it's still made out of paper. I mix them until my other litter runs out, and I put some treats in there. I put some pellets, I put some hay. All her food items will be there because it actually triggers in bunnies that while they're eating for them to poop at the same time. And she has improved a lot. Like, she stopped peeing everywhere. She pees in her litter box, and it has definitely lessened the amount that she poops everywhere. Basically all her poop, I pick it up like 300 times a day and put it in her litter box. And I used to change her litter box like twice in a day, and I realized that it wasn't actually helping her. Rabbits like a really clean litter box, and it's still clean, but I'm just not too OCD about it. But it helps them communicate, hey, I smell my pee and poop, that's where I go. One of the big things that you're gonna need is having lots of rugs for their pen. Just as much as you're changing the litter box, you want to change daily those rugs because they can smell the pee and poop, and it communicates. I can smell it there, it means it's okay for me to pee and poo in there, which is no. So when it comes to food, bunnies need unlimited amount of hay. Just because they need it for their teeth, it's a whole thing. It could actually grow out of their brains and like swell, you know. So just give them unlimited access to hay and a lot of chew toys so that they're constantly trimming their teeth. Have alfalfa for hay and pellets till about 6 months. The breeder gave my bunny Timothy hay. I noticed that too much protein is not good. I mean, it's okay for baby bunnies, but I also bought some Timothy hay along with some alfalfa hay. So one side of her hay feeder, which I made out of like a tank top and I sewed it, is gonna be Timothy, and another one will be alfalfa. So she has a variation of which one she likes both. She also gets some salads in her bowl as a treat, and she'll also get some pellets. One big lesson I also learned is to not overfeed your bunny with pellets. My husband's like, I don't want a fat bunny, and Sophie was getting overweight and she needed a lot more exercise. So one of the things about treats is I use it as a bonding tool, because when you're hand feeding them, it's basically saying, hey, like, this human feeds me, I can trust this human. One of the amazing things about Sophie is that, like, just the bonding part. She loves zoomies. Like, she loves zoomies, popcorns in our big space living room.
Sophie, what? Whoa. Whoa!
And she does this thing, like, did her little paw like this, lay down on her back, and just like give us the most beautiful smile, like. And I think it was a sign of trust, and it was the cutest thing ever. My best experiences about Sophie is that she loves to like jump on us, like land on our lap. My friend Lois actually showed me was that in Genesis, you know, in the Bible, we actually have authority. God gave mankind authority over the beast in the field. So because of that biblical reference and that principle, I actually would pick up Sophie, and she doesn't like it. But because I'm human and she's beast, she has to submit, and she's the cutest beast in the world. Oh my gosh. So I lay down with soaking worship, and some people who are not Christian probably be like, what are you doing? But it works for me. I just like hold her and I pet her, and I found the spouse where she loves to be pet, and the worship, you know, the Holy Spirit is around, and we just have this time where she just like gets so comfortable and she falls asleep. And when she tries to jump out and wakes up, I just like, hey, like, you're beast, I'm human, you submit. And then she tries to run away and be like, stay, and then I keep rubbing her, and for 2 hours, I tell you what, that's like the minimum. We would fall asleep together, and sometimes my husband will come and join in our napping sessions, but it's one of the most precious things that I love with Sophie. I think that Sophie has like really bettered my life in 1 week. I've learned so much. Oh my gosh, like I feel like a parent. And yeah, and I think one of the big things that helped me as well is like being financially stable. So if you want a bunny, it's like maybe cheap initially, it's not expensive as a dog, but there are still expenses that comes with it. The pen that I got this. It's actually a closet that is like dividable. It was like $60 in Amazon, but I got the bigger version, and which came with a lot more squares in Facebook Marketplace. Someone that was moving out, which I found it such a great deal because I also use it as a baby gate for now, and it's honestly been the best, just because I can rearrange like how I wanted. At first there was only one square and that was fine for her, but she is learning her abilities to jump out of the pen. Adding more height, being able to do that helped a lot. And we actually built like a little cutout door for her, like a hole, so when she is roaming around, like she can freely come inside her pen when she needs food, water, or whatever in a safe place, or she can freely play with us. You probably would want a space prepared for them, because when I got Sophie, I didn't. I put her in the hallway and I used furnitures and stuff just to create blockage so she doesn't escape. When it comes to setting up their pen, for me, I really have to switch it up a lot just because I'm trying to study what works best for her. You just gotta find the one that works, and sometimes it's experimental. It helps to ask other people with experience, but you really have to just, you know, study your bunny and do a lot of research. When I'm at home, I let her roam around freely, and when I'm away, she's safely in her pen. My whole goal is to free roam Sophie when she's older and use the pen as a training guide to kind of show her where her litter box is and where her bed is and when she can come out. And one big thing about free roaming is you want to bunny proof your house. I bought this for cords, so right now Sophie does not care about cords, which I'm so grateful about because I got a lot of cords, but I got this just in case, and I'm going to be setting this up. She also discovered under the couch, Dollar Tree will be your best friend once you get a bunny, just because it's cheap and it's resourceful. I used this cookie cooling tray and a zip tie to basically create a barricade around the sofa, just because she loves going under there, but I can't see her, and that makes me really nervous because one day I literally walked up in the morning, my bunny is gone, she's not in her pen. I was really scared, and she just popped up out of nowhere, like really happy, like, hey, I found it under the couch. I'm like, haha, that's not cool. And also I gotten a lot of questions does bunnies stink? And I asked my husband, like, does it stink? Should I change it again? Like, second day that I didn't change the litter box, and she said, honestly, I don't smell anything. So her litter box has been honestly not bad. I've had guinea pigs and you change it in 2 days and it's disgusting. Nowhere close to the smell of dogs, but like they're so clean. She spent like a whole portion of her day like grooming herself. Like I kissed her and I'm like, you smell really good. And I didn't catch that exact moment, but she got up in my back and started licking my whole back trying to groom me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know I need to shower. Thanks. And one last thing is, when you are around your bunny, it helps for you to wear like sweatpants and just like long shirts just because scratches could happen if you carry them wrong, or if they land on you, it kind of hurts sometimes. Other than that, I loved having Sophie, and I think she's one of like God's gift to me in the season where it's just been a really hard season. Like she gave me a lot of joy. Yeah, she's a lot of work and I was exhausted, and it just gave me so much joy to look forward to after a long day at work. Like I can't wait to just like be with Sophie, and I'm just so happy that my husband loves her too, and yeah, we have so much peace having her. She's a part of the family, and I was quite surprised of how our family accepted Sophie. Like my dad was like, hey, go get another bunny.
Another one, Kaya, is your playmate.
My sister has been really good support. I think that was the Lord giving me something I didn't know that I needed in this season, and I'm so happy that they also have long lives because they get to enjoy her for a really long time. So that is my first week of owning a bunny. Yes, that was a lot, very much a lot, but no regrets. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you have any advice, like helpful advice, you guys, comment below. Or any funny stories about bunnies, comment below. Follow me on my social media, everything will be linked below there as well. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and for someone who is wanting to have a bunny for the first time, it's honestly the best. I'm so happy that I discovered this whole bunny world, and it'll bring you so much joy. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you later, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Hello there, human. My human who feeds me and cleans my poops, like picks up 300 of my poops.
Sophie, no. Oh my gosh.
Oh look, I'm gonna go jump in here, cause I found a way to reach into the bell box.
Hey, hey, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Sophie, no.
A little snack.